It was just right before the holidays. I actually received my diagnosis on December 15th of 2010. I was 1 year post breast augmentation. So I was getting ready for work that morning, had just gotten out of the shower and just brushed across my breast with the palm of my hand and felt a lump. And I was not the least bit nervous. I wasn't concerned about it. I thought maybe it was just something from my previous surgery. And so I even mentioned to Kobe, it's like it was yesterday. I just remember sticking my head into the bedroom saying, "Honey, I just felt a lump in my breast." And I don't know that he even responded. He was watching a TV show. When it comes to something like that, I just felt like I was untouchable. I was, impervious to something like that. After having my mammogram, he was 99% certain that it was cancerous, and still didn't really think much about it. And as we were talking, he said that he wanted to do a biopsy. Well, we were leaving in a couple days to go to New York for my daughter's 21st birthday, and that was much more important than that lump was. So I remember him wanting to have my biopsy done right away, and I said, "Well, we're going on our trip, and then Christmas is coming up. Let's plan that after the first of the year." And he just looked at me and said, "No, we need to do it sooner than later." Kobe had been trying to call me because I told him I was going for a mammogram, and I wouldn't answer my phone. I drove back to Canyon, and it all just seems like such a blur. But I remember driving home, he kept trying to call me, and I wouldn't answer. I just sobbed all the way home. And I remember pulling in the garage, and he was standing out in the garage waiting on me. And I had mascara all over my face. I had cried all the way home. So he knew that something was up.
I don't know. It's really kind of hard to answer that question as to, what she means to me, because I don't know if I could really put it into words to make it sound like it should. But yeah, she just means the world to me.
We just have so much fun together now, and I think, I always knew that Kobe loved me, but after going through all that and him seeing me with a bald head and not having any breast, I don't think I realized the definition of unconditional love. I really didn't until I went through all that.
Whenever you're giving your vows and it says in sickness and in health, you skip over that. You really do. It's something that you never even think about, in sickness and in health. You love somebody whenever they're feeling good and you're having a good time, but whenever things get bad and you're going through adversity, it just, that's kind of something that you don't think about on your wedding day. But whenever you go through all that and you do become a better person because of it, no, it doesn't make any sense at all. I remember whenever Karen walked in, she said, "I've got something there," and I really didn't think anything about it. I was just like, well, because I've had, I don't know, something. It was no big deal, it was like, it'll go away. But I remember whenever she told me that, just like it's yesterday. Most of the rest of it was kind of fuzzy, but I can remember whenever she first said, "I found something." So,
the first time I saw Karen, I walked into the chemo room to do something, and I do not even remember what that was. But to walk into the chemo room where it's really kind of solid white and stark, and there's some pictures in there and some color, but to walk in and see this neon, as I like to say, burn your retinas wig really just caught my attention and had to do a double take. It just was one of those things that just, you couldn't help but see it. I walked over to her and said, "I just absolutely love your hair." I just felt like that was the right thing to say. And her response was, "Good, I'll loan it to you when I'm done with it." And I thought, how powerful is that? I mean, she is relishing in the moment and living life to the fullest, but already making plans for when she's done with this, moving on. When you're around someone like her who is so upbeat, who is so focused and wants to beat this thing and has plans, moving forward. It just makes you feel better and it raises your spirits, and you think, if she can do this, I know that the patients in there felt like they could beat cancer as well.
She's in the how can I help you mode, what can I do for you, to other people that have gone through the cancer. That's really what she's focused on. She was a spokesperson for the Susan Komen Foundation. She's done a lot of things like that.
I think attitude is 90% of the battle. I just decided I was going to have fun with it, and so I went out and bought neon green, hot pink, and every day I would just wear a different color. I named all of my wigs, so they never knew who I was going to be when I walked through the door. Some days I was Monique, some days I was Desiree, some days I was Candy. So I really ended up having a good time with it. But I shaved my head on the 13th day. I'll never forget how freeing I felt after that. I was nervous for Kobe to see me. He stayed in the living room while we shaved my head. We did it in the bathroom. And then once we got through, I was scared to death to go in and let him see me. But I'll just never forget him sitting in the chair in the living room, and I walked in and he just got this huge look, just huge smile on his face. And he said, "Honey, you look beautiful."
Karen, even with no hair, has a big smile on her face, and she's just beautiful to me.
I made a Rolodex of some of my favorite verses, and anytime I would feel scared or was just having a down day, whether it was sitting at a stoplight or on break at work, but I would just get my Rolodex out full of my favorite scriptures and would just sit and read them, and that made such a difference. So yes, my faith grew by leaps and bounds, and I'm a different person because of that. God had a lot of things that he needed to teach me, and I think maybe I was just too hard-headed before my cancer to take heart with those lessons. So I think I realized then just how big my God was.
She is really, really strong. She's really positive. She's the type of person that you really like to be around.
It's kind of ironic that I can thank God for cancer, but I really do. It was just such a blessing in disguise to me. All the little things that bothered me before, if Kobe if he would smack while he was eating his cereal or something, it just drove me crazy. It was just little things that really got on my nerves. And now I just look back at them and I laugh. I feel like I'm such a different person. I just, that old saying, you just never took time to smell the roses. I realized how important life really is.
A lot of people have regrets whenever they pass away. And we don't want to have any regrets that we didn't get to go do something, that we didn't get to go see anything. We've been running marathons together, just, doing stuff like that. And we enjoy doing that kind of stuff, and so we're going to go do it. With my job, we're able to go and see several different things and go to many places that we've never been able to go for. And we kind of have the do it now instead of later, because later may not be here, so we do it now.
I look at everything so differently now. I'm just a lot more laid back. I think I love deeper. I appreciate more, and I know my family will agree that I'm much easier to live with than I used to be.
Whenever you go through adversity, you're kind of squeezed, and whatever's inside of you comes out. And that's, Karen, she's tough. She is just a beautiful person on the inside, and that came out, and that made our relationship so much better.
I do wish that the survivorship program that 24 Hours in the Canyon started and funded, I do wish that had been around after my treatment. 24 Hours in the Canyon is probably my most favorite event of the year. And it really means a lot to Kobe too. I have enjoyed, I'm the one who went through the cancer, but I love the way he is so passionate about it. He starts planning for this event the day it ends.
After Karen healed up, we were looking for ways to give back, ways to help out, and 24 hours was right up our alley. I like to ride. Karen likes to ride. It's a great thing to raise money for because they get support after their cancer is over with, the survivorship clinic. We get to meet other people that have the same passions that we do. And 24 hours it's all about going out, having a good time, raising money for a good cause, staying in shape, exercise. And that's what we like to do. And I tell you, I start training for 24 hours the week after 24 hours is over with.
We've got 24-hour plaques all over the garage. He's out there working on his bike every night for a month, getting the tires ready and getting the camper ready. So it's just such a fun time to go out and celebrate with others.
Whenever I'm down there riding, that's exactly what's on my mind. My legs are hurting, my lungs are hurting. I get back to the camper and I get to rest. Cancer patients, it's constant. They go through it day after day after day. And what's 24 hours? Going through cancer is tough, but there is hope on the other end, and that's what 24 hours is all about. Hey, come on, we'll help you. We'll answer questions. Let's go. Let's do it. Stay positive. Let's do it.
It's been so wonderful after all they've been through to see the passion they have for giving back and the passion they have for this event and for helping cancer survivors. It's just an amazing family all the way around. I look forward to seeing them every year at the race. And Kobe still teases me at 3 in the morning when he's going out for a lap that, hey, this one's yours, you need to take this for me and turn this lap in for me. And I'm sure one of these days he's actually going to hold me to it.
And you still owe me a lap.